What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if the ending to The Last of Us Part 2 is awful. Now, this is going to be kicking off a series of videos I'm going to be doing on this channel. Lots of talk on The Last of Us Part 2, as well as really the future. There's going to be kind of a lot of negative videos. I'm going to try to take a middle approach to as many of these things as I can, but also just flat out give you guys my opinions. Be open, be honest with you. That's what I've been trying to do all along. Now that we've gotten the game, now that we've all seen the game, or we're allowed to see the game, I should say, now we can fully get into this. So, again, I completely, by the way, and I want to try and say this in every video, I completely respect no matter where you stand on this game. If you love this game, if you hate this game, I want you to know that I do respect your opinion and the right for everybody, by the way, to have that opinion, okay? I know a lot of people are just stuck in the sand of one way versus the other. I really try to be, again, respectful of everybody, all right? So, with that being said, let's talk about this ending. And I really do think we're going to get into some of the themes about this game as well as we go on about this. But let's talk about this ending, and let's talk about if it was terrible. I think it made a lot of mistakes. I think that's maybe one of the easiest ways to say that. There's a lot that this game does, again, like we kind of had heard leading into it, where you have to allow them to do something, or they are basically telling you, hey, you got to give us this. You know what I mean? You got to give us this to allow us to do these things, and we're going to hopefully be able to pay it off at the end. I think the ending, a lot of people are having a problem with the fact that Ellie does not kill Abby, okay? Now, again, this is full spoilers. You're allowed to talk about this in the comments, all that kind of stuff. Spoilers are entirely welcome, obviously, because I'm going to be talking about it here. That's the biggest thing, is Ellie not killing Abby. Now, I can understand, again, if we're trying to take a middle approach, but even if I'm just trying to wrap my head around what the heck Neil Druckmann and Naughty Dog were trying to do with this game, I understand the basic idea of this game. Is it a little cliche that, like, revenge leads to you losing everything and you really losing yourself in the process? You know what I mean? Losing everything close to you, all because you're so stuck in one mindset of just trying to... I mean, has that been done before? Yes, okay? It's definitely been done before. And did they do that in this game? Yeah, they kind of did. In fact, I want to make a video over the next couple of days of did they ruin Ellie's character, or how we view Ellie. I kind of want to talk about Ellie specifically throughout this game. But when you go through this entire journey, and they make the mistake, like I've said, of giving us Abby right after she kills Joel, which I do want to talk about in a different video as well. But you have that whole arc of learning about Abby's character, learning about Abby's story, and then it kind of just puts you back in to Ellie going after Abby one last time, and then turning the switch to trying to save them, right? All escaping together, but then flashing back yet again to like, nope, I have to end this right now. So it jumps a lot, and again, you go through this entire game as Ellie. I mean, your whole purpose is to take out Abby. Okay, your entire purpose of this game is to do that. She kills Joel, you go after her, you're trying to basically get revenge for that. And at the end of this game, you do not end up doing it. You get the high ground on her, you have the opportunity to do it, and you don't do it. And even in the process with like the biting off the finger and not being able to play the song that Joel teaches you, all that kind of stuff, it's like, why would you choose now to be able to say, okay, well, now's the time, I have to end it. Now, again, trying to take that middle road, I can get it, because, again, like, what did Neil Druckmann say? Like, this is like the cycle of hatred that this game is all about. Anger, hate, right? The first game was about love. This game is about hate. And in that way, you do have to flip the switch eventually. Or I guess it's understandable why someone would flip the switch and say, okay, you know what? I can't do this. Okay, I absolutely cannot do this. And in the game, it tries to justify those things, right? Ellie kills the pregnant girl, and then she feels terrible. Like, she feels absolutely destroyed for doing something like that, right? Like, taking out people, so we don't keep saying the same words over and over, taking out people obviously changes you, or can change you, right? And I mean, obviously, we haven't done it in the real world, but in games, right? These kind of games, they do make you feel, and they make Ellie feel, and they make you feel for her. So, she goes through this entire thing, and she does get changed, and the hate and the rage of all that's happened, and her, taking out just countless people after countless people, that can change somebody. So I really am honestly torn. I think the basic idea of you go after Abby basically one last time, okay? You basically beat her, but you decide to let her go, okay? That is the big thing that everybody is up in arms about, and I completely see it. I think when I first watched it, I kind of felt the same thing. And in a way, I still do. I feel like it's the right choice to have made, if that makes sense. I feel like in the game and where you could go for a third game, I feel like it makes sense. Maybe I should say that. I feel like it makes sense why that happened. Was it the best choice? Would we all like to have seen Ellie take Abby out? Probably. I think the answer to that is probably yes. But I understand why she survived. And again, the basic plot of Ellie, again, loses everything. Okay, she loses Joel. She basically loses Tommy, I guess, though not technically, right? But she loses Jesse. And then at the end, Dina leaves too. Right? She warns her. She says, if you go and do this, if you even come back, right? Because you may not even do this. If you even come back, I'm gonna be gone. I'm leaving because I'm not doing this, right? So again, Ellie goes through all this stuff, and I guess what's more sad about it is she doesn't end up doing. She kind of like in a very small way like redeems herself maybe through all of the people she's taken out to get to Abby, if that's how she wants to look at it. She returns, to that cabin or that house, and then she really has lost absolutely everything, because that's when she realizes that she's completely alone, right? Because Dina left and the child left, right? And then she realizes that she can't play that song, which is pretty much again like that the last thing that Joel gave her, pretty much, right? That last memory, or really the conclusion of their story, that's gone too. So I guess in this world where she just keeps getting beaten and destroyed, and again, that's a big part of this, is like Ellie, really is Ellie's downfall, right? That she loses literally everything. It actually hurts more, I think, that she lets her live. She realizes, you know what? This wasn't worth it, and this isn't worth losing everything, and I've already lost everything trying to take you out, so I'm not going to do it. But then in the result, I've already gone too far, and now when I go, now I'm back home, and I've lost everything, and now I'm just going to go off on my own. You know what I mean? So when you think about it, I think, honestly, when you think about it like that, it makes sense, and I think it adds to the weight that you did let her survive, but maybe you actually should have killed her. But I mean, Ellie did make she made the mental choice not to do it. And, I guess, again, in that way, if you just didn't go after her in the first place, you still would have had people. You still would have had things in general, and you made the mistake to go after her. But then, I don't know. So, again, the thing is, she literally just snaps. Like, she's literally going to do it, and then she just decides, nah, you know what? It's not worth it, or what I've lost already is not worth doing this, right? But it's too late. So, as like a game that's trying to build emotions and trying to build realism and trying to build like things suck in this world, right? Like bad things happen, and it just does, and you have to accept it and keep going, right? That really, I think that does weigh on this decision a little bit. So again, the basic idea of the ending, I don't despise. I don't hate. Again, like the path that they chose to make Ellie go down, was it the right path? Was it the right path? A lot of things they chose in this game, absolutely not. And I'm going to talk about a lot of those things in the future videos. Overall, the story is not well done at all. I'm sorry to say, for the people that, have been watching me and maybe, are with me because I like this game, or I like the franchise. I'm sorry to disappoint. I do just have to be blatantly honest, though, right? I mean, I'm not impressed, and I'm not happy with this ending. I think, again, it makes sense that you let Abby survive. I think Abby is going to be a big part of the third game. Is that a good idea? No, but I mean, it's going to happen, right? And again, I mean, there's just some things, I guess, from a gamer, like playing the game, there's just some things you have to accept, right? You don't have to like it. In fact, you don't have to buy this game, and you don't even have to buy the third game. I'm not telling you to, right? And nobody's telling me to, right? It's just a decision we're all making. So, like, are there things that are absolutely mistakes? Yes, I get what they were going for. I think, actually, again, at its core, the idea of loss and revenge and hate and all those key words that Neil Druckmann, Naughty Dog, everybody's always said, I think that there is something there that is actually really, really strong. It was just executed absolutely terribly. And one of the main things, actually, I think, is the Abby switch, which, again, I want to talk about in another video. But this ending is another one, too. Because, again, the way they handle it, I know they have flashbacks. I know they do different, they do all sorts of different kind of things here where the timeline is a little messy. I don't actually think it helps. I think it actually hurts it. But I think the main thing of giving us Abby for a long time and not really seeing Ellie, and then you go back to playing as Ellie, and then all of a sudden again you're out for revenge one last time, and then you don't end up doing it. It feels kind of broken apart, like it does, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really earn itself. I feel like that's kind of the situation. And then again, there is so much, snapping back and forth in that last 30 minutes basically. Let's say there's so much going back and forth that happens with Ellie. But then again, like you do it. You make the decision that you're going to do this thing to Abby, and then you just all of a sudden you just don't do it after you've already lost so many things. So again, I know the way I was describing it, like you could talk about it in the weight and how it kind of adds to the overall like emotion of this game. You could also see it as just pretty lazy, that it's like, oh my god, like what, you wanted to destroy Ellie's character so badly that you did a lot of things to destroy her character, and then at the very end you gave us the chance to, like, all right, I mean, if we're just going to go all the way and end it, we're going to end it, and then you took that away from us because you told us that Ellie isn't going to do that. You know what I mean? So I can definitely see how you frame that in a negative way. I'm not trying to frame it in a negative way. I'm just saying, just in general, I think the ending is bad. I will say I think the ending is bad. I think it's poorly executed. Is it the most awful thing in the world? Is this ending absolutely awful? No. Is the game itself absolutely awful? I mean, there's obviously things we have to discuss there and decisions they make, but I do not think the ending is awful. It's just not good. I think again, just like the story, just like the themes and elements of the story, I think the ending, the basic thought of the ending, like the theme, like literally what they were trying to do, I think it makes sense and it could be good. I just think it was executed, just like a lot of this game, I think it was executed very, very poorly. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? What did you think about the ending? What did you think about the entire game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, there's going to be a video every single day for quite a while on this channel on The Last of Us Part 2. We're going to talk about spoilers. We're going to talk about The Last of Us Part 3. We're going to try and find some positives in this game. I do want to make some positive videos as well, and I absolutely will. Also, my second channel, I'll leave a link for that in the description below. I know I didn't say in the beginning. I'm going to say it here at the end. My second channel, I'm going to be covering it as well. So there's also going to be videos sprinkled here and there on that channel as well. So if you guys want more Last of Us content with me talking about it, I'll be doing some different stuff on that channel as well. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Have the bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. And like I said, new videos on The Last of Us every single day. I'm not going to spoil it in the title, in the thumbnail, but there will be a lot of spoiler videos early on this game. So make sure you're just constantly checking back with the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.